Is there a source of light, which we would call the divine, and a source of darkness, which we call evil? Or does everything come from the same source? I'm afraid that everything comes from the same source. It would be very easy for us to have two different sources, the light and the dark, or good and bad, or divine and evil, or God and evil. That would be very easy. That would make life very easy for us, because this way we could choose one side and play on that side. And it would be quite easy. But I'm afraid it's not that easy. It is very difficult to know that there is only one source and both good and bad come from the same source. And the reason this is very difficult, and the reason this is very difficult is because it forces us to look in and accept both our parts, both our good and our bad, our dark and our light, our divine and our not so divine. It is all from the same source. This source, which most of us call God, is everything. Everything. The good and the bad. But because we like things to be a little bit, not necessarily easy, because most of us don't like things to be easy, but we like to put it in boxes, and we like to be in the right box. So we say, I am with God, God is from the light, God is against evil, God is going to come with his army of light or army of angels and defeat the darkness. You know what? That is all going to happen within you. If you don't like the darkness, you accept it, and then you focus on what you do like, in this case, the light. But if you do not accept the darkness, you will never win this battle, because you are not accepting half of yourself. You are in denial of 50% of you. And this is why you will never win this battle, as long as you are in denial of 50% of yourself. So no, there is no two sources, it's one. Simply playing at different vibrations. Imagine one of those drinks we get sometimes at the coffee shops. I think it's a mocha, which has chocolate and coffee in it. If you leave it in the glass for a minute, when it's in a see-through glass, if you leave it in the glass for a couple of minutes, the chocolate goes down the bottom, it separates from the coffee, which is a little bit lighter in vibration, and then above the coffee you'll see the cream. But it's all one. That drink is one drink. Simply vibrating at 3 different frequencies. And this is why we see it looks like it's 3 different and separate drinks in the same glass. But it's all one drink. It's called a mocha. That's how this energy we call God is. It vibrates at every level, and it plays games at every level. Just because the cream in that mocha or the froth is lighter and it's up the top does not mean that it's good and that the chocolate down the bottom is evil. It simply has a denser vibration than the cream, and it goes down to the bottom of the glass. It's something like that. But it's all God, all of it. So don't just try and make your life easy by choosing a side. Accept all of it. I mean, you can choose a side, you can choose which side you'd like to play on, but accept it all, see the bigger picture, and then say, I think I'm going to choose to play on this side for now, in this life, or for the moment. There's another thing. I remember a few years back I was giving a seminar on angels. Angels were channeling, and people were asking questions. And somebody asked a question, how does an angel become an archangel? The answer we got changed my life completely. The answer was, we go over to the dark side, we conquer the dark, and then we come back and become archangels. So these archangels have played on the dark side. They've become very comfortable with the dark side, and that's how they conquered it. And then they came back home and became archangels. So don't see the dark as something that you've never done or that is not for you. And definitely don't see the light as something better. There is nothing good or bad or better. It just is. You want to play on the light, you play on the light, that's fine. But you are missing out on half of your power if you just reject and condemn the dark. I'm going to close it with a line I read in a book from Archangel Michael. Do not be afraid of the dark. It is in the darkness that you will find your divinity.